Alright, so the first champion that I think I want to make a guide for is going to be Venusaur. So there's two big ways that you can get Venusaur to really perform well. One is you can go all ranged, and then the other is you can kind of do a kind of a life gain melee build, right? So Venusaur starts out, basic attacks is basically a Vine Whip. It's really cool. Very long range, and then every third attack becomes a big Vine like slam. It's very good. You want to make sure you at least try to like get that third attack down on a champion you're chasing. And then if we take a look over Overgrow, when low HP, damage it deals is increased. So basically it's like a barbarian, like it starts raging when it has lower HP. Then Seed Bomb's what it starts out as. It throws a little AoE. And then you can either throw that up into Giga Drain or Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb's a debuff. Now let me see. Hurls unnecessary sludge to the area, dealing damage to the area and leaving them poisoned for who it hits. Decreases the movement speed and special defense. And then later on when you're like leveled like 12 or 13, it upgrades again. So that one's okay. I like Giga Drain a lot more because it's a drain HP, so it's a self-heal while doing a lot of damage. And also reduces the damage the user receives for a short time. Okay, cool, and it gives you a little like buff, like a damage reduction too. But this literally just keeps spamming this in the middle of a fight, and you'll stay up and you'll be like chomping everyone down. Especially if you get low health and you use it, you do like a big burst, and then you gain a lot of life back. Then you start with Razor Leaf, which is just like a line of like damage over time, which is pretty cool, and you can hit multiple Pokemon, so it's really good early game. And then you can either turn it into Solar Beam or Petal Dance. So for what we're doing, we want Petal Dance. Solar Beam is you blast a bundled beam of light, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. So basically just, put down a big line and it bursts for high damage. Petal Dance is you scatter petals around the user, increasing your movement speed and dealing damage over time to the opposing Pokemon. So it puts a big AoE around you. You just jump on Pokemon and like stand on top of them. Move hits a Pokemon on the opposing team, the cooldown of Giga Drain or Sludge is reduced. So that's why this one's sweet, is it reduces your healing move. So you'll see that when you get into combat, you're doing tons of damage at the same time as you're healing faster. And then that heal that you do is doing more damage too. And then the big move is Verdant Anger. Launches a giant seed and explodes into like 4 little seeds, I think. But it's big damage, it's a slow, and it will chonk, and you can throw it from pretty far away. So the items I like for Venusaur, at least for this like kind of melee build, is you take the choice specs. So it adds damage to moves when they hit, and then it increases your special attack, right? Then you have Rocky Helmet. So this is good because if you're fighting a lot of like, ranged attackers, people who do physical damage, this helps you survive a lot. So receives a certain amount of damage. Damage is dealt to nearby Pokemon equal to 1.8 of its max HP. And this is nice too because this kind of combos with that like Berserker run in and melee idea too. So if you run in and you get chunked really hard, then you just do a big AoE explosion around you. Shell Bell, and then this is where when a move hits, recovers a minimum of 80 HP, higher your special attack, the more HP it recovers. So this compounds with our idea that we want to run into melee, we want to use our Giga Drain. It makes our Giga Drain better, but it also makes our Petal Dance heal us a bit. So if we run in, there's times where you can like 2v1 like pretty easily if you're higher level than your Pokemon. That's pretty much everything for the general overview, and I will show the emblems we use. So when you get into using Pokemon Boost emblems, like you might not use this for a while, and you want to do a bunch of casual games until you have like a decent amount of emblems, but you want to go for the effects to be high green, right? Over here, because the green will make your special attack better. You want to be white if you can, because it gives you more HP. And then if you have extra points, defense in general is really good. Move cooldown's good. It's very minuscule for how many of the black you have to put in, and you already reduce your cooldown from your pedal dance, so it's not necessary, but if you have a little bit, it never hurts. But I would say go for special attack, health, and then defense. That way you can just kind of like run in and have a fight. So from there, let's do a couple games with Venusaur and Unite Battle down on the bottom right. Let's do Casual Battle. Casual's really good. It's still like tough sometimes. You still get tough teams, but this is where you'll find most other people who don't have as many held items or as many of the emblems, because you want to be able to be kind of on an even playing field. You can see here we're smacking them. You'll see in the center bottom of the screen we have a 4 above a 30, so that means we can have up to 30 like dunk points, and there we go. Cool. So Chansey's going hard. The Pokemon they're jumping on, right? Garchomp is pretty tough. Then here comes their jungler, right? They're poking us away. Chansey can go get those berries right over there, which would be good. And then let's kind of... There we go. So we got those points. So you can see we have 14 out of 30. Good job, our team scored first goal up top. Yeah, first goal there, right? So now we get our Giga Drain, and that is going to be sweet. So like now we can pretty much fight on top of their goal post, and when we push them away, we want to score really fast and then run back, because it's all about like attrition. It's all about getting those points over time. And you can see it's there, enemy team Haunter. Alright, sweet, and then so our Giga Drain is already doing work for us. Oh, that's our Haunter, hell yeah. You always want to be a little careful. And then these little points are the XP points. You can pick them up in case, a Pokemon has extra, you're not close enough to receive them. Hold up and down. Hi. Alright, so Garchomp's coming back. Alright, I like taking the potion. The healing potion is always really smooth. Right. And we want to just keep leveling up. So you don't want to get too locked into team fighting, because you want to kill these Pokemon so you can level up. So we just got Petal Dance and we evolved to Venusaur. And so now our kit is pretty much activated. Our kit's pretty much online. And we can kind of run in and bully them now. See? Yeah. Our Petal Dance is like regenning real fast for our... There we go. And then we can dunk. And you see the timer at 7 minutes in, you'll have the heavy jungles spawn, and then that's what you want to kind of focus on and do. You want to go in and get those. Alright. Chansey's on point. So Garchomp's here. He's really low level. We've been bullying him, like we've been pushing him out of lane, which is really good. And he's not focusing on their jungle mobs, so he's not like leveling up fast enough to catch up. So now we can just take Dreadnought. Looks like they lost the fight for Remorat up top, which is okay, that happens. And we're at least giving a bonus. So now they've got a better chance. And then let's just nuke, there we go, and then let's score. If we score, we're gonna go up top now. Perfect, so we took away their goal, and I believe in Chansey, but I'm gonna go up top and help them push goal. So Petal Dance is cool because it bursts your movement speed too, so it helps you get up faster. Yeah. And there we go. Score. Sweet. Yo, Big Man Blasters. You don't know, dude. You don't know. pretty sure grass type beats water, dude. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't really come into play much for Pokemon Unite. At least I haven't seen anything where it shows that like the move typing deals more damage or not. Alright, so we're doing pretty well, and we're able to come. So now, like level 11, we get an upgrade to our move, which is really cool. But it happens for every Pokemon, which is pretty nice. Now that we have their goals down, our team can move around a bit more freely, and they're not as constrained, very similar like most MOBAs, right? You start like kind of owning lane or opening it up, you're not as locked down. But it's cool too because the mobs don't push, so it's not like people have to go defend lanes like crazy. So there's a lot of room for extra like stats, which is pretty good. Alright. Chomped. Yeah, sweet. So now the build is like pretty much going full force. And although we're Venusaur and we're thought that we're supposed to be ranged, we can still kind of go in and do a whole lot of good. Yo, sweet. Alright, so we just launched that. Now we're going back down bottom and defend that lane and make sure we get good points. Right, and then maybe we'll go for Dreadnought again. Yeah. Yeah, we got it. Oh, no, they got it. Double kill, brah. So that's okay. It helps them like come back a little bit because you don't want it to be completely shut out. It's good if like we get like a good competition. Ah, close. And now our team can kind of like move around, and since they're split, there's more ability for them to fight. Yeah, come on, Miko-chan. Yeah, Pedal Dance does work, dude. Alright, and then dump. There we go. Right, and then fight on mobs. Honestly, Venusaur likes to fight on mobs sometimes, because if you use your Giga Drain, that's just more healing. It's more damage to your regen. And there we go. 2 KO. Triple kill. Triple kill. Yo, look at that. And then you just dunk, and then you just keep doing this. And so in 30 seconds, about 30 seconds, you're going to see Zapdos appear in the mid, like the main jungle mob. And that's pretty much like getting Baron, right? Like from League of Legends. Pop! Popped them. Look at that, that was fun. And if you can get a couple kills before that happens, it sets you up well for a team fight. And then from here, what's cool about Zapdos is that if you end up getting the kill on it, you're going to be able to instant dunk on all of their goals, no matter what. So it removes the restriction, I think you have to still dunk them in order, but you don't have to spend any time. And then whenever any Pokemon Unite match gets under 2 minutes, you'll see the time bar be gold. Any scores you make are double points. So that's double points right there. And I'm going to bully them on their point here, and that's going to help keep them from hitting our teammates, so our team is going to score. So their team's good. Their team's like trying to still score and everything and go about it. So kudos to them. They probably just won't gain enough of a... And see, here we're like just sitting on their enemy like goal zone, and we're just Giga Draining like crazy. And we got a 3 KO while we were just like spinning around doing our thing. So that CCs them. They're not able to go run around and score, which is really good. Let me see if I can get some points here. Yeah, 30 points works. Yo, everyone's contributing, right? And so that's like a really nice, great way to play Venusaur. That's the way I like. It's kind of like a subverted melee build you wouldn't expect, but it works really well. At least in like a lot of casuals, and I've used it in ranked and it's worked in ranked too, but you might just want to switch it up. In ranked, like you might find burst your opponents, so if they have a coordinated team, they might just like burst you all down all at once. It's a beefy Blastoise. But he's doing like no damage. I'm healing through all his damage. Beefy though. And he has a lot of CC. Blastoise is cool like that, he has a lot of CC. So that was good. That was a really nice like Venusaur example game, right? I love tea. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we dunked a lot, right? So tons of points, lots of champion takedowns, and then you can see your stats, see what specifically you did. So battle data. All right, so we did tons of damage, like we did most damage in game. We did like a little bit over double the next highest, which was their Gengar, right? And then damage taken was average or like kind of medium high, right? Their Garchomp and then their healer took the most damage, and our recovery. So look at our recovery. We did 41,000 points of healing. That was higher than even their healer champion. That little like fluffy ball Pokemon is a healer. We self-healed like way more than any of that, right? So that just shows like how strong, how powerful this build is. Performance, let's see, is there anything in performance? Oh, score, KO, recovery. That's really good in assists, attack and match, right? So I'll give everyone a little good job because we had a really good team. And then their team didn't give up, so that's what's really cool is like, I always like to give people a thumbs up if they didn't, quit or give up, so that's really good.